Hey guys, John here with Texas, and as you all know, Samsung released the Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge on March 1st at MWC in Barcelona, Spain, and today we're just going to talk over my first impressions. So as you guys might have already heard, Samsung released their S6 and a S6 Edge variant, similar to the Note Edge that we saw previously from Samsung, but instead of having the Edge on one side with dedicated apps in a column type of format, it now has a dual edge on both sides, not quite as steep as the Note Edge, and it's just a continuation of the screen. There's not a separate app bar on the side. There still is that, but only in the lock orientation. You can swipe back and forth on it when it's on the edge you selected, when it's turned off, when the power is off, when the screen's turned off in lock mode. And then you can see the same type of apps that we saw on the Note Edge. And also it has some new apps that you can swipe in from the side to get to 5 favorite contacts that are color-coded, which we'll explain why in just a little while. And then also on the lock screen you can swipe from the middle of the side of your choice to get to missed calls, recent calls. So that's pretty cool. From the side with the contacts, you can have pictures with each contact, and then you can tap them and quickly get to quick message or quick call. That's a pretty cool feature. Also, when it's color-coded, because when you flip the phone upside down on a table, it silences the phone, and when you get a call, it flashes on the edge of your choice the color of the person calling you. So if it's a favorite contact, one of your favorite contacts calling you, it'll flash the color along the edge. I'll see if I can get some video from someone at MWC to show you that cool feature working. It's pretty cool. The Note Edge is probably my favorite innovation from Samsung. I have never been a Samsung fan. Samsung has never enthralled me with a phone until just recently with the Galaxy Alpha, and then I was really excited about the S6. I'm not so pleased with the S6 as much as I am with the S6 Edge, although there's not much of a difference between the two. The S6 Edge has a slightly larger 2600 milliamp hour battery as opposed to the 2550 on the S6, and it's got the Edge display, obviously. I personally think that the S6 Edge is a really, really awesome looking device because of the Edge display making it seem like there's less of a bezel. You still see the bezel fairly largely, but it's still more immersive. If you're watching a video in landscape and you tip it a little bit, you don't get as much of a distortion as you would on a regular phone. It just seems to me like it would be more immersive, and from the videos I've seen, it really is. The S6 and S6 Edge come in different color types, and personally, I don't like any of them. They're cool ideas, but I really wish Samsung had not colored the front panel. The S6 and the S6 Edge come in different colors. I think both of them come in emerald, which is a nice green, and they come in gold. There's a silver. There's a black version that's like a bluish black. But personally, I don't like the black one because it looks sort of blue. Like I just said, it's a bluish black, and I don't like that. It kind of distracts you from the screen. It's a little bit annoying. And if they had just kept the back panel to be the color and the front panel to be a regular black front, like on every other smartphone, I would have been pretty happy. Some things that people have been complaining about with the S6 and S6 Edge are Samsung's new design, although better build quality, does not have a removable back. Now, I've never thought removable backs really did much. You can get SD card expansion without them, although most people don't put it in. And removing your battery, almost nobody does that. Like, I don't think I've ever met someone who actually carries around a removable battery for when their phone dies. Now, that's what people have been complaining about, though. Samsung did not include an SD card slot, even though it is possible in a unibody design, and people are complaining about not having a removable battery. Like I said, I have never seen anybody carry around a removable battery to replace the one in their phone when it dies. Maybe if you're going on a long trip you do, but I've never met anybody who actually does that. So I think the build quality is a decent switch. I've been using a Nexus 6, and the build quality is great. I wish they had put SD expansion on it. That would have been an extreme bonus for me. I like that, but Nexus never has that. And I'm a little bit upset that Samsung hasn't included that in their S6 or S6 Edge, but I understand it, and for the build quality, I will accept it. Also, the S6 and S6 Edge come in 32, 64, and 128 gigabyte models, following Apple's trend setting advice there. But that is cool to see that, although I would probably not spend as much money as they're probably going to ask, although we don't know what the prices will be. I would not spend the amount of money to get an 128 or 64. I would probably just go with 32 and live with it. I still really want to get my hands on this device. It's really cool to me. It's got an amazing display, a 2K resolution display, but Samsung, if there's one thing they've always done right, their displays are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm really excited to get my hands on one. I hope I can. Please like this video if you want me to get my hands on one and do a review, and subscribe for this channel to see that. Also, I really am excited about the camera. It is just a 16 megapixel camera like the last one on the S5, but Samsung says it has an all-new sensor and all-new image processing that makes it so much better than the last one, and from what I can tell, it looks pretty good. So I can't wait to get my hands on that. Also, the front camera has been upped from a 2.1 megapixel to a 5 megapixel. And I don't take very many selfies, but when I do, I've noticed that for the most part, they're always grainy. Always, no matter what I'm using, unless it's an iPhone, in which case I have no idea what magic they did to make it not so grainy. iPhone 6 particularly, everything else not really. So, I'm excited about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, please give it a thumbs up if you want to see more on the S6 and S6 Edge and MWC, and subscribe to this channel. Peace.